Welcome. My name is Marie, and you are listening to Hurricane in My Life. Hurricane in My Life is a podcast where I share my stories, life experiences that are ups and downs. I also occasionally, as you know, if you've been listening for a while, use my podcast as a way to vent and share more than ups. Usually a lot of downs. However, today will maybe be a surprise. Each episode is different and unique. So please sit back, relax, grab some water, as it's best for you, and best to get at least 64 ounces in a day. I want to pause for just a second. Please don't forget that sometimes trigger warnings are needed, they're necessary, they are. So if you feel the topic of today's show is too much for you or makes you kind of have like that not right feeling, make sure that you do the right thing for you. And maybe that means don't listen. Go ahead, skip. That won't hurt my feelings. Or maybe save it for a time where you would be okay to listen. That's okay too. Please take the necessary steps you need to take care of you, as that's number one. Reach out to your safe person or people to recover. And remember, I am not a professional. I am just a scarred up person trying to educate others about my heartaches and life tragedies. With all that being said, let's get started, shall we? Hello, friends. I am looking at my planner for the week, and I am behind on recording my episode. I usually try to do it at the beginning of the week or even the week prior, because quite frankly then I'm not rushed and then I don't miss it, and I actually have a well thought out meaningful message, and I don't have that again this week. I've had a lot going on. I have been distracted and kind of stressed out. I have a person in my life that is kind of being a jerk and trying to take care of that. So it affects both my mood, my motivation, my self-esteem, and things like that. So that all being aside, let's get down to business, because again, I'm really sorry I have been off this week. I'm even off on my blog, so if you follow both my blog and my podcast and you're like, why isn't the blog out this week? Because it's not out. I'm hoping to change that before the end of today, so it's at least out this week. I didn't plan anything extravagant anyway, just kind of like a how I'm doing kind of thing. So my goal for this week's podcast was kind of to just be like how my 2024 year, it's a brand new year, it's a brand new month, we're done with December, we're almost done with January, and just kind of want to, be like, yo, this is what's going on, this is my hopes for the next couple of months. I know I did say last week my goals for titles of podcasts, and I did kind of give a few hints of what each one would be about, and I do intend to keep that up. some things that are going well this month. Definitely not staying on track. Definitely not that. But I did have my appointment this week with my therapist and talked to her a lot about the things that are stressing me out and stuff like that, and kind of made a game plan of how to approach things and keep her in the loop. So that is a good thing. And then I have several friends that are supporting me too, and my family too. So I think I've said it. I don't know if I have. If I have, my bad. I'm repeating myself. But I got a book of 300 prompts for Christmas from my parents. And I have been staying on top of doing that every day. If I miss a day or two, then I just do, to make up for the ones that I missed. And then I do that day's prompt. It's been really fun. It's been a new creative way to get the creative juices flowing. I went this week to Michael's with my mom, got some new pens, got some journals, got some crafty things to do because I do like to do beadwork, I like to do wire work, I like to do macrame, I like to knit, and if you didn't know all those things, you'd know them now. And I got some things to be able to just, have that creative side. I've got plenty of stickers for quite some time. I've been using stickers in my journal, and maybe, who knows, maybe I can do like a video and put it on here, or Facebook, or both, or maybe even Instagram, just to use that material more than once. Been working on that too, because then I'm not having to reinvent the wheel. I'm not having to stress out about, oh, what do I do for my Instagram? What do I do for my YouTube? What do I do for this? What do I do for that? And just kind of maybe share my insight of how I do my journaling with stickers. So that is one thing that I would like to incorporate more, or is working well, and continue to do it. But like I said, in the near future, when I do get more stickers, I'm gonna look out for more fun stickers, just to be able to incorporate that kind of thing. And speaking of that, I thought I had some glue at home, but apparently if I do, I can't find it. So that means if I do, I put it somewhere where I don't remember where it was, because it's not in its known spot to be. That's neither here or there for you. Just kind of putting that out there that I will need some in order to make that video for you guys. So, all the time that I make side notes, have epiphanies while I'm doing this, so bear with me, please bear with me. I'm kind of scattered-brained right now. My main objective goal for this year, for 2024, it's something I heard about last year, and it's 1 million words in 1 year. And I heard about that, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of words. That's a lot of words. I'm like, but you know what? I do a lot of writing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, if I combine my journaling, if I combine my blog, if I combine my 300 prompt words, if I condense and combine numbers, I might actually make it pretty close to that. Now, have I made my goal for January? With that being said, because I divided it out at one point. I don't have it in front of me what that would entail. I know it's 80,000 words by the end of the month. Now, with that being said, did I make that for January? I doubt I did. And I doubt I'll be able to, even though we are technically only the 26th, and this will be coming out on the 27th. Hey, you never know. So, again, a lot going on. I'm very scatterbrained today, I will admit that, and I will apologize for that. Some of my goals for January, in fact, I had 6 of them, and I know that sounds like a lot, and after I looked at them, I numbered them, because I was like, wow, I have a lot on my plate for January, and I'm like, how am I ever going to do this? Hold on. I forgot to push my... Hello, part 2, coming at you of today's episode. Hold on a second, my screen went black. There we go. We're good. Recording. Back in business. So, as I was saying, I had 6 tasks for myself, and again, I originally had them bullet point in my journal of what I was going to do for the month of January, and I looked at them, I'm like, this is a lot, and I numbered them, and it was 6 different things, and usually I try to only have, like, maybe enough for 1.5 tasks per week. But then again, with my big goal of having 1 million words by the end of the year, again, I don't have high hopes on that. Just seeing what I can do, total wise, whether it's words in my journal, words from my blog, my 300 prompt book. We're going to see what I do. And then I keep working on my blog, which I'm doing. The only thing is I know I have dropped the ball this week, and I apologize for that again. Keep up with my podcast. I have been doing that. I believe I'm over 30 episodes so far for season 2. I believe it's actually maybe closer to 40. It's between 30 and 40, that much I know. So that's pretty impressive to me. It means I've been staying on top of my 1 a week, and actually, I believe between September and December, there was a few weeks where you actually got a bonus episode. I didn't label it as such, but that's what it was. And so, but either way, that's really good for this year so far. Season 3 will start probably the beginning of June again, because season 2 will end at the end of May like it did last year. So, that's enough about the blog and the podcast. Like I said, I'm trying to stay on track with the 300. That is going pretty well. Like I said, if I miss a day, then I just do, if I miss 2 days, I'll do 2 plus the actual physical day that I'm on. I've been coming up with some really interesting things to say with that. There's a few that I looked back and I only put a handful of words, and I'm like, wonder what I mean by that. I want to explore. It's actually getting me to want to explore those things a little bit deeper. So that's always cool. Post the 1st through the 31st, meaning at least once a week, once a day. And that's not been happening. I've barely been doing 1 a week. I've really been slacking on my Facebook. But again, right around the time when I usually focus on my Facebook page for the month after, so I usually would have did January's posts all in December, And right around the time when I was going to work on that was when I was sick and down with my bladder infection. So I'm not going to be completely pissed at myself because, hey, shit happens, right? So with that, I've been looking at how I could coordinate my tracking and my goals with my productivity planner. That seems to be going pretty good. There's been a couple of times where I've gotten off track, but hey, that means life got in the way, right? And we can't always stop life from getting in the way of our wants and our desires to do different things we need. Sometimes taking care of our physical self or whatever is more important. So that can easily be back on track within the next couple weeks, the next month or so. So I'm not really going to worry about that. So I have a note from back in December of what could be better, and that's usually how I also focus for my month after. So these are the things that I really focused on for January, is the ability to write more. Now, have I accomplished that? You bet I have. I have accomplished that with my 300 prompt book, and I have also accomplished that with my journal. I had my counselor at the beginning of the week, and there's a handful of things that she wants me to write about. She wants to make sure I address them. So one of the ways I am addressing those things is so that way I have a clear idea where I could actually articulate what's going on in my life. One of those ways that helps me is using my journal. Now, usually I only use a page a day. It all depends on how much I have to say. But I think for the next couple days, it might actually be more than one page. And that's okay. Because quite frankly, if you knew how many journals this woman has in her house, I have no need to worry about running out of journals anytime soon. I've got a bunch in my coffee table. My coffee table has like a little hiding place where you can put stuff in it. Like I said, I've got journals in there. I've actually got my paints in there for when I want to do painting. I've got coloring books in there. I got coloring books galore. I actually just got myself a new coloring book with my Michaels gift card. Couldn't help it. It was Disney, okay? It was Disney. Like, there's no saying no to Disney, okay? Sorry, I'm just one of those girls. Judge me if you want, but I don't care. I also got myself a little Marie because that's my name. From the Aristocrats. That's not why my mother named me Marie, though. She named me after my grandmother. I have a great grandmother who I never got to know, unfortunately, but her name was Marie. I do not have her middle name, though. My middle name is after one of my great grandmothers on my dad's side of the family, and I did get to know her. She lived until I was about 16 years old, and her name was Anna. So, didn't know that little history about my family, little history about me. So, what are some things that I could be working on other than my task list the next, several weeks, for like the next 4 weeks, really? One thing I want to do is I definitely want to make sure I focus on my house, because my bedroom's a nightmare. The rest of the house is pretty okay for the most part. The kitchen's pretty good, bathroom's pretty good, living room's pretty good. I do want to clear off my coffee table, though, so that's kind of like a side note for me, so that way I can use it for my creativity, man. I think that's one of my reasons that I'm so off right now, other than what's been going on and kind of not feeling like myself, is I don't have my creativity space right now. So that will be probably a focus for the next several weeks, just to put that productivity back on track. So, not that you guys probably want to hear that or care, but, just being honest of why I'm at the point I am right now in my progress. So, anyway, I'm going to shut up, stop rambling, because that's all I'm doing. As always, much love, peace, kindness. Always spread kindness. Always be there for someone that needs someone to be there for them. And until next time, everybody. Love you. Hey, y'all. Thank you again for listening. It shows that what I'm doing is for good and that people do care. And I appreciate that. So, thank you for the love. Just know you're loved, you're cared for, you are all the things. Here are some ways that you can show support for me and show some love. You can find me on all social medias like Facebook and Instagram, and you can also find me on Pinterest. I'm trying to figure out how to put my blog on there just to get some new people to read it, look at it, hopefully follow it. So if you do those things already, you are amazing. You are wonderful. Just know I love you a lot. And you can email me at sweetthoughts.by Marie. No, that is how you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. You can email me at sweetmariethoughts, S on the end of thoughts, 2022 at outlook.com. Again, I appreciate any way you support me, whether it's listening to my words as I speak them, whether it's reading my words that I have written. Just know you are the best for supporting me in any way you have supported me. Thank you very much for all you've done. It really helps me in so many ways, that more than I can really express. I am at a loss of expression of words. I really am. One thing that I know by your support, whether you read my words, listen to my words, or both, I know that I'm on the right path and that I'm doing the thing that I am supposed to be doing, which is sharing my stories, which is sharing my life experience. And I hope it does what it's supposed to, which is touch your life in a way to know you are not alone. I hope nobody that listens to me ever considers themselves to be a nobody. Please know you're somebody. You are somebody to somebody, whether you realize it or not, whether it is expressed or not. You are somebody to somebody, okay? That might not make sense, but I really mean it. You mean something to someone, not just yourself. Just know your love always, whether it's by someone in your life or by God. I have my days where I feel He's the only one that backs me up and has me in my corner for the next round. You know what I'm saying? He has me ready for the next fight. But realistically, we all have people that love us, even though people tend to have a really cruddy way of showing that they love and care for someone. And that hurts. I know. I get it. I do. That's all I can say, people, is never forget, you are somebody. You are loved. You are needed. You are wanted. And sometimes a little extra prayer is all that's needed to help you figure that out. or maybe a conversation. Again, I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Never give up.